Hey everybody, how are you doing? I got both hands on the wheel. Doing a small road trip on this Sunday morning, the weekend before the 4th of July holiday this week coming up. And I have scored on a VIC 20 system. And I have it in the box right next to me. And while I'm driving, I'm not going to show you anything, but I just wanted to kind of give you a rundown on how I obtained this thing. So everyone uses eBay, everybody uses Craigslist. I'm absolutely loving the new Facebook Marketplace because there's been things on there I found where, that have been local that people don't trust Craigslist or eBay too much. And sure, I had to drive a few extra miles, but for $60, I scored the system. I don't know if it works yet or not. 2 paddles, joysticks, power, some cartridge games, and some books. So we'll go through that shortly. But yeah, it was in a gal's garage. Like I said, there, it's got dust on it. By the looks of it, it looks like it had been used and pretty well taken care of. I think it's got the regular, the stuff you need to clean up off of it. The dirt, the grime, and all that. So yeah. So on the next video, we'll be taking a closer look at it. So yeah, thanks for coming along, man. VIC 20, baby. All right, let's see what we got. All right, we got this Mission Impossible, Pirates Cove, Voodoo Castle. No, this was sitting in a garage for a while, so it's dusty. Cables on down here. 1 paddle, Commodore paddle. Woohoo! And number 2. Away. And we got a mess of cables. Alright, looks like we got Commodore VIC 20 AC adapter. It looks like it's in pretty good shape, but you never freaking know, so we'll have to test it. So we'll set him off to the side. We have a joystick. It's like an old Atari, kind of. I don't know. It probably is Commodore or something. I don't know. I remember playing with these on an Atari at one time. Then we have looks like connector to the TV. Looks like it's just a regular coaxial cable connector. And here's the converter. And we have regular RCA connector. And Commodore cassette drive. Woo! cassette adapter. Woo! Yeah. Scott Adams Adventure Games book. Adventureland, Possible Mission, Pirates Cove, The Count. I don't know if there's any other cartridge games that came with it. There's the C2N cassette unit operating instructions. And we have start with basics on the Commodore VIC-20. Whoa, look at there. Illustrated by Bill Tiddy. Let's see if we have date in here. 1982. We have box. Introduction to Basic. Original Pirates Cove box. We have cassette, Introduction to Basic Part 1, but there's no cassette. Oh, there is a cassette. It was so light. And I saw the other one there. Introduction to Basic. Another one. Let's see what else is in here. Like just stuff that they package the cassettes in that go into the main box. So yeah, you get that. I'll have to get this put back together so it looks nice and works. And then here's what we're all waiting for: the Commodore VIC-20. And we're gonna open this up here, and we're gonna see how she looks. I have not even looked at her yet, so. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Let's get to it. See you in a minute. All right. Kind of a sucky angle for this. Sorry, guys. It's got all 3 screws. Baby up. Looks in pretty good condition. Get the keyboard undone. Alright. Shed some light on this. So, here is our VIC-20. 113.858. Now, I'm not too familiar with the VIC-20 boards right at the moment. We've got shields over. Well, at least the mounts for these guys aren't sheared off like on the 64. it looks pretty good. I'm gonna take it out so we can inspect the backside. That didn't sound right, sorry. This has got a shield on it as well as the other one. Move some things out of the way here. Other than some general maintenance, I think this board is in pretty good shape. I just gotta. It's like a tape on here, a grounding tape, ground that RS shield. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take this off. I do not think we need it coming off without me having to do anything anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and discard this. Let's take a peek. The board looks really good. It's like a leaf or something on here. Yep, it blew off. Short out anything with these. Alright, so as you know, I am not an electronics expert, but I can tell when a board doesn't look right when you get the green goops on it, and you know, you get broken traces and stuff like that. But this board is in really good shape, and fab number 324000201. What is that? Hold on. Rev F. There we go. How's that? Rev F. I have to look that up. But the board looks good. The solder joints are looking good too. But I see. Wasn't much to this board, was there? At least they got them where they're labeled nicely in here compared to the 64, you know. Alright, so I'll go ahead and pop the lid on this. Capacitor, there's a capacitor. Look fine. I don't see any issues with them. seeing bulged or leaking. I'm going to go ahead and clean the board up, and we'll take another inspection look at it. Cheers. Okay, so I got the screws in here for this plate that was moving around right here. So now I can get this guy out and clean him up a bit here. Looks like there's that thermal grease that's on here, so a little later on I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up. I'll clean him up. I don't even know what that thing is. It looks like a rectifier or some sort. And then I'll re-grease it because I do have some from control panel project I did for my brewery. So let's go ahead and get this guy fish the hole because I know it's going to be easier hooking him up right here. Sorry if you can't see. I'm in a weird position here. Let's see here. Okay, so we're now on there. Straighten it up a little bit. There's a ground here. Ground right there. Make sure that's good because it's where that little screw goes through if you look. So it grounds this plate, this chassis plate or whatever, this cover to it. So alright, I'm gonna go ahead and go through this and see if there's any bad traces or anything, and then maybe we'll fire it up here and see what it does. So yeah, see you in a minute. Later. Stinks like cats. Let's go wash these up. Alright, so now I'm gonna put the board back in. I just washed the bottom and the top. Man, they were grungy. So, got the majority of the crap off of it. I think it looks pretty good. The only thing I found that was wrong is just, you know how they have these little connectors here and here. This one is broke off. That's the only problem I found, other than the regular wear and tear. So. Alrighty. Getting excited here. I'm gonna take a pencil eraser. I should do that before I get that in there. Grab me.
You forgot one. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, nice and clean. Get it nice and clean. Oh yeah, there's a lot of grunge on these. It's like the 90s, man. It's all grunge. All cleaned up. Let's get the first parts off of it. And when I take the board out again, I'll clean them up some more. I haven't used a cassette port since I had my Commodore 128. It's kind of cool getting one with the VIC 20. Sweet. Sweet. Gotta find it there first, dummy. Alright. Paula Dean says. Okay, so I know a lot of people they're probably wondering what attracts me to these systems. There's a few things that attract me to the systems, you know. Not only the Commodore stuff, but the Apple IIes, the Apple IIs. I think I even played with it. No, I think those are the only Apples I played with. You know, back in the day. I love the nostalgia of these systems because when I started working on PCs and stuff, and I look back now at some of the PCs I worked on, I was running a WWIV, which we called WIV, billboard system out of my basement. Had an additional phone line in my house so people could dial up and play. And my billboard system was called Castle Dominion. Castle Dominion, and my sysop name is Shadow Rays, and I've always gone by Shadow Rays. That's SHADOWREYZ. So people are like, "Where'd you come up with that?" And I tell them, "Yeah, this is back probably 1991, maybe 92. I know it was early 90s when that happened." But anyway, back to the older systems. These systems, what attracts me about these things is that this is back in the day when this was the stuff that was so cool when I was a teenager going from junior high to high school. You know, the arcade scene was huge, and there was someone always had a system like this, like either a Commodore or a TRS-80 or an Atari system, you know, the cartridge systems. I can't remember the number stuff off the top of my head. You know, down the road I'll know all that stuff like everybody else does, but, you know, looking back, I don't quite remember a lot of the nomenclature numbers and, you know, the versions and all that stuff. So reviving these things is dear to me because it brings back all kinds of memories, and this is something that I can probably relate with my kids, even though they're much, much older. Cheers, guys. Little Hefeweizen. But yeah, being able to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and test the power supply. Let me get that set up, and we'll get that filmed and see if we can get this baby to run on TV. So see you in a minute. multimeter here. I plugged in the power supply, and here she is. We got the end right here. First thing I want to do is I want to check the fuse in the VIC-20 real quick. So go to continuity and make sure that the fuse is good. I'm not sure about the schematic. I'm not sure about the schematic of this thing, so I'm not going to start testing voltages or whatever on the board unless I have an issue. So right now I'm just going to check the voltage, and this thing will be putting out, I think it's 9 volts AC, so 9 volts AC, it's what it says on the side. So let me get it's DC volts. Got my multimeter put away for a while. Alright, so let's see what we can see. And make sure that we don't shock ourselves. Alright, so this guy, scale here, I can't see very well here. Okay, so we're calling up to the 50 scale, and look, we're perfect. We're AC. Yep, so we're right on right now. Sweet. Okay. So the power supply checks out. Let me put the power supply right here. I'm gonna take the keyboard. Man, this thing stinks. Ugh. Alright, so when that is in the case, it's going to hook up like that. So you got the pin, and then you got the testing pin right next to it, so it keeps you from screwing it up. And let me plug the LED in, even though it's not in the top case. What I want to do is just a smoke test first, as Jan Bitte says. As soon as I can get this baby plugged in.
Right, honey. There we go, honey. Right, honey.
Alright. Let's keep it right there. Alright, we're going to do our Smokey the Bear test. Turn you on. You've got an LED. Let's see if anything smokes. So far, so good. I have to pull my big TV over here, and I don't have my bench set up. I got to build out this basement, so I don't have a place to really do stuff except on some of my sound equipment cases and stuff like that. So, cheers. Alright, so while that's going, I am going to stop it. I'm going to keep it powered on. I'm going to go get the TV set up, and then we'll see what we got.